Oh, no.
And just starting off in the sickbay.
Huh.
Why is sickbay so busy?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, just... Oh, right. Did Riker date a porcupine lady?
Yeah. And I don't think he rolled over. I think she rolled on.
I think so.
Yeah.
Things got... How many times has Riker been in sickbay with, well, we were on a date and things got rough and now I need medical attention?
Hey, this is at least one of the times they're not just giving him penicillin.
Right. Hey, Mr.
Yes.
Barkley.
Nothing says virus-based episode like the hypochondriac.
Yeah. You're holding... Well, he's not. Sorry, he's scanning himself. Never mind. But the thing about Barkley is he's a good character, but when he shows up on Voyager and he's a 50-year-old lieutenant and he's still meek and nervous, it's like, let the man grow. Let the man overcome his nervousness once, please. But no, it's fun to point and laugh at nervous Reg.
Yeah.
Mr. Broccoli.
It is kind of weird. It does seem like his character was added in because they finally were like, hey, we don't have anyone who's blatantly neurotic.
Clearly he's holding the cat. There's no need for... No, I'm just kidding. Yay, Spot.
How did Spock get How did Spot get pregnant?
That's... Yeah. Isn't there a force field that keeps cats from wandering or something, like outside your quarters?
Or why is there another cat? Or where is there another cat?
Yeah, exactly. Look at Riker in the back getting a little back massage there.
He's just looking around all confused too. He's like,
is anyone watching me? Is anyone... He's there. He's looking at Jonathan Frakes, mugging for the camera back there. He knows what...
He's got to be the star even when he's in the back.
He's eavesdropping on this conversation here.
So for anyone who has never seen this episode, which we're doubting none of you haven't, but this is an awesome episode that takes a book right out of the Super Mario Brothers movie, and it involves de-evolution. There's a sickness that goes around, and people start turning into primordial creatures. It's a fun episode, I will say that. It is as bad as a cheap 1950s sci-fi movie, though. It was a terrible idea. It's terribly played out, and Counselor Troy turns into a horny frog.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's got its ups and downs.
I bet you this one was fun for the actors to play different kinds of characters and it's a Nurse Ogawa episode. I think she de-evolves too.
Does she de-evolve just into herself with a different haircut? It's one of those things. Are you familiar with Babylon 5? Babylon 5?
Vaguely. I gave it a shot when it was new. I just never got into it.
Oh.
Some episodes I thought were cool. I like the guy Garibaldi. He was a good character.
Yep, Commander Garibaldi. Garibaldi's great. There's so you know the alien chick who had like the ridge?
The Minbari.
Yes. So there's a hilarious episode where the Minbari every like some odd years they go through this metamorphosis, and it's this big deal. They have to set up this crystal thing that kind of puts them in a cocoon and keeps them in stasis while they're going through it. And hers was like some kind of change happens, and the change is different for all of them. She comes out and her ridge is gone. She just has hair. That was the whole thing. They make this big deal about it.
It's like less makeup for her today.
Yep. And I think that's what it was. I think they were tired of spending the time and the money to do the bald makeup. And they're like, what if we just made the ridge as like a hair crest we could stick on you, and then you just have your hair?
Well, they certainly didn't spend any money for special effects on that show.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Well, I might have to convince you.
It's not Star Trek, but it's not Farscape level either. So it's right in the middle there.
Well, since that's a short-lived series, maybe one of these days we'll make another commentary series called Babylon Farce.
We'll call it Babylon, babbling on about Babylon 5.
Yeah, Babylon 5. We'll have to get 3 more people then.
Yeah. Oh.
But no, Babylon 5 was all the almost Star Trek series. Yeah, well, there's stories. It's pretty good.
The conspiracy theorists about which came out first, Babylon 5 or Deep Space Nine, because they do have very similar premises. So two alien races, one formerly subservient to the other, and there's humans trying to be in the middle of them running this space station in the middle of nowhere.
Yes. And
kind of sounds familiar to Deep Space Nine, you know.
they both also share not coincident, but they share similar stories.
Well, they have numbers in the title too.
The numbers in the title, as well as one of the other space stations mysteriously disappeared.
Oh.
If I remember, Deep Space Nine has that also.
No.
Okay. Well, in Babylon 5, Babylon 9 randomly disappeared.
Oh.
And those are pieces of cookies.
In Deep Space Nine, the original Cardassian name for the station was Terok Nor, and in one episode, O'Brien needs spare parts, so they go to another station called Empok Nor that is abandoned, which is Deep Space Nine, but the model is turned 45 degrees on its side to make it look abandoned. So this episode is called Genesis.
Yeah!
Planet for Genesis is planet forbidden. No, it's called Genesis because the crew starts to devolve into lesser life forms. Whoops. Whoa, Worf, with your targeting scanners there.
My bad. Correcting.
Apparently the targeting scanners have also devolved into Constitution class.
Yeah.
Targeting scanners.
The Enterprise slowly devolves into a can of Campbell's soup.
Right. It's the actual sailing ship that they use as the wooden vessel Enterprise and the lineage pictures that you always see.
Yep. And then after that, it devolves into the blueprint of said ship.
Yeah. Oh.
Just turn your shields on and go through slow. Why do we have these pretty toys if we
You're
never
not
use
actually
them?
trying to navigate an asteroid field, are you? He's already demonstrated this several times by flying the ship out of trouble.
Yes.
And also, Riker is the second best pilot on the ship whenever Picard's not available.
Yeah, and then Wesley is the third best pilot when Riker's not available.
Well, Geordi's a pretty good pilot too, they say.
Oh, that's true. And so is Data.
Data, how could Data not be a good pilot?
Come to think of it, is there anyone on the ship who's not an ace pilot?
Nurse Ogawa, probably.
Okay. Look at that cat. It does not want to be there.
Does this cat love Brent Spiner or not? Yeah.
Well, that's because I feed her. The others don't feed her.
Well, when Worf holds her, it just holds it like arm's length straight out.
Which is one of the best scenes in Star Trek of any series ever. So speaking of injuries from crew members, so we had to board our cat one time for a week. When we went to
fun.
When we went to go pick her up, people were like, "Oh, hi, what are you here for?" And we're like, "We're picking up a cat." And they said, "Oh yeah, which one?" We're like, "Haley." And the lady goes, "Oh, the calico."
It's all calicos are branded with that mischievous,
Well, no,
they have a rep, is what I'm saying.
They hand us the release form to sign, and it has stickers all over. It says, "Did not eat, bite, hisses, aggressive," all these stickers, right? They bring her out. She's in one of the carry boxes that animals are normally in, but it's taped shut, and the guy's wearing gloves. And you just hear my cat on the inside going,
Your cat is radioactive.
She is evil.
But she likes me.
Yes, she loves you.
She loves me.
Just because you feed her.
I'm the Reginald Barclay of this situation. I'm the one she accepts to feed her when you guys are away.
Yeah. We should have kept the security camera footage of you sleeping on the couch and the cat just like sleeping on your chest.
Aww.
That was pretty great. Yeah, it's my Pike shuttle. Hey, look at those beautiful shadows. They actually lit the scene. Oh, Worf's trying to poop. And I keep losing at Scrabble.
Well, it's already started.
Don't stand. Don't stand. Oh, that's right. YouTube will get us if I keep going.
Careful.
Wait, he's been working for 6 hours straight and he's upset? I've pulled like 12s without a break.
I mean, I'll stretch every once in a while, but
Yeah. Oh, is that fresh plach?
Oh, this is the great "Don't bother me while I'm eating." Yeah. Great line from Worf there.
And then we already know that she's having problems because she's drinking a ton of water and she's wearing looser clothing.
And she's also nervous as heck for some reason. Ew. Look at what you're eating, asshole. He's got like literally a handful of sludge right there.
I honestly think it's stuffing. I think it's Russell Stover's stuffing.
Yeah, I hope Michael Dorn had some. Well, he's also got a turkey leg for like no other reason than humans watching the show observe that as a gluttonous act of eating a turkey leg.
Oh, man. Just going to Disneyland and getting a turkey leg and just eating it completely unabashed, letting it fall over your shirt. First world problems, right?
Yeah. County Fair turkey legs are pretty good too.
Oh, they are. Is this where she freaks out because she only got 2 crackers?
I don't know.
Oh, it's actual caviar. Oh, God, don't.
Rich people food. I don't ever understand it.
He wants her frog area.
Literally just mouthful of food. But this is how like normal Klingons eat anyways. So.
I know, yeah. If anything, he's de-evolving Ben into what he should be anyway. Did you? Wouldn't an engineer do that?
Yeah, didn't they design that when they built the ship?
Maybe you should suck my ridges. I also love how no one ever tried to explain the reason why his ridges changed shape and density as the series went on. Like, there's no Star Trek lore or book that really explained.
That's minor. Some TV shows, entire characters will disappear after the first season with no explanation. I mean, at least they explained Tasha Yar going away. There's
true.
Sitcoms, there's little sisters on sitcoms that they disappear after 5 episodes and never heard from or mentioned again.
Like Happy Days did that, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And also that 70s show, Donna originally had a little sister.
Oh, yeah. What happened to that?
Never, exactly. Nothing. Just bye-bye. Is he searching for a contact lens? Like what?
No, he's just he's just acting like a Boston Terrier that was left alone.
Oh.
Hal, do it. Leave me. I'm nesting. Ba 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 ba. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. Barclay is turning into a spider, so he's super speed, and Riker's turning into a caveman, so he's super slow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. He's acting like Conan O'Brien does. He does a little nerd thing.
Yeah.
Geordi's just there.
Why does he have a Pokedex? I'm gonna go beat a giraffe to death in the hologram. Wait, did the guy back there just have a phaser instead of a tricorder?
Okay,
What was that about? Reg. I hate that shortening of the name Reginald or Reggie. Reg. Like, Reggie is short enough. What do you get? Reg.
Oh, that's right. She's a full commander now. She gets to be a bridge officer.
Yeah.
For real. It's not just sitting there for no reason.
Because she passed her test.
Yeah, she sent Geordi to die. Spoilers. She passed her psych test.
Oh, a psych test? Why, what could that be?
What?
Thank you.
You can just do that? You can just leave the ship to go, or leave the bridge to go take a bath?
I think so. Wait, what? Why did he just have that? What? Why is there just a hole there? What is happening?
That's the bypass.
How did Reg not notice that? Oh, did someone kill a xenomorph 7 decks above? Or was it 5 decks? Someone correct me on that. Is it 5 decks or 7 decks? Or was it 3 decks? I remember it was an odd number. Also, Sigourney Weaver in panties and a small shirt. I'm just going to go there.
Aliens.
Yep.
Or actually Alien.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do people say it's Aliens and Aliens 2? No, it's Alien and then Aliens. There's no 2.
In the first one, there's 1 alien.
Yes. And
in the second one, there's
several.
20,000 aliens. 20 of them. Plus a queen.
How cool is the Ripley Queen fight, by the way? That is one of the coolest sci-fi battles of all time.
Like expert top-notch writers, they set it up. Ripley knows how to use that cargo mech unit thing
because she's
rated.
The only reason she knows that is because she got a construction job to help pay back because she was billed for the loss of the ship in the first movie. Because
Troy's just in her uniform in the bath.
Oh, he's going to get the frog mating on.
Yeah, right?
Okay, Worf, you're doing this all wrong, though. Okay, she has to lay her eggs and leave, and then you'll come in and fertilize them.
He just bit her cheek off.
Also, how did he only bite you with his upper jaw? Which is usually a sign of a fever. Okay, some kind of viral infection. We're in the future. Don't you have a little scanner that can be like, oh yeah, there's a viral element in their blood. Let's study it.
No, I feel fine.
My ridge changed.
Also, I've got this giant goiter on my neck here. Oh, that's right. Gates McFadden directed this episode, so they're going to take her out right now. I think he spit something in her face, so she's like down for the whole episode in stasis or something. You didn't notice that before? I'm going to get some Clearasil.
I'm going to have to lance that. Sack.
No, don't do that. Oh, it's like a holographic poison.
It transported the venom into her face.
Yeah. Ah, horror show. Look at fucking Barkley. He's just like, hey, baby. I see you serve in Starfleet. I, too, serve in Starfleet. Oh, my God. Well, close talker. And did you eat the whole clove of garlic for lunch, Mr. Barkley?
Riker want food.
And I'm getting hair in places where there was no hair before.
Yeah. We should clarify, though, this is not The Naked Now.
No.
These are different episodes, even though they're playing out exactly the same so far.
No, in The Naked Now, Data actually bangs Tasha Yar.
Yeah.
So that's a happy ending in more ways than one.
Hey-o. Plus, The Naked Now has my absolute favorite line of all time when Captain Picard walks into Beverly's office, puts his leg up on her desk, and goes, Beverly.
Well, isn't that the one where, like, she gets the antidote and they inject themselves, but he's still, like, hot for it, and literally, like, he does this panting thing where he's trying to cool off. He's like,
a little bit.
And then they do this thing where they turn away and they roll their eyes at each other, like, probably because it was the 10th take that day. And
oh, did you notice that they're having her do a lot of, like, ape-like movements?
Yeah, because she turns into a poor little cute little chimp.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think the cast probably had a lot of fun. It's like, you're a caveman, you're a gorilla, you're a spider, you're a beetle thing,
It's like they all drew things out of a hat or something.
Maybe. I actually would like to know the story of how they chose who would do what.
I missed in the credits who wrote this episode. I wonder if it was one of the regulars, like Brandon Braga or Ronald D. Moore.
Or Gem D. Regular. Oh, it's not the Pike.
No, this was like they introduced this shuttle like midway through the show. Kind of became the standard Big long range shuttlecraft.
Why would you need to tell Data to do that? That seems like something he would just do. Oh,
hey, the Enterprise is not supposed to look like that.
Someone put it on spin cycle. No
Thanks,
shit,
Data.
Sherlock. Thank you, Data. See, this is kind of cool, though. I actually would love a horror movie similar to this, almost, because this reminds one of the reasons I chose this episode. That's right, this is a William chosen episode, so you know it's quality. No, one of the reasons I chose this episode is it has a lot of resemblance to The Thing. In the fact of like it's just this creepy kind of like something's kind of wrong, and then you don't really know who's doing what in the beginning.
Yeah.
Obviously, it takes a much different turn very quickly because people don't start lashing out at each other because they think they're the monster, things like that. But it is it's a really cool almost sci-fi horror look at an otherwise ethical sci-fi show.
See, now that TV has changed, right? We don't do 26 episode seasons of TV anymore on network TV, right?
Yeah.
There's people get jobs on these 12 to 13 episode long seasons of like Mad Men and all these cable shows and now streaming shows. The Boys was 12 episodes, I think, and another good one is Man in the High Castle. That's like 12 episodes a season. So like the dynamic has changed. So there's still, and even like Picard and Discovery are 12 episode seasons.
Yeah.
On CBS All Access or wherever. But I think the next step Star Trek needs to take is to try an anthology type show, like an American Horror Story or a Twilight Zone, where every episode is a different story about a different crew or a different setting.
Yeah.
And you could tell a story like this where crew members return to their ship and it's like a haunted house type of where something is wrong with their ship or their crew members have disappeared and they have to solve this mystery.
Yeah, because I would love to see exactly what you're saying, an anthology style, but with more almost like fantasy elements in it. And I don't mean like knights and dragons and that, but like still within the realm of sci-fi, but have the sci-fi fantasy crossover, almost like Star Wars did in the original trilogy. But like have them let's say you're on a crew. You're sending out a little ship just to find this starship, that reappeared because it was missing for a while, right? Mm-hmm. And you go out to find it and you get on and it's a lot like this. Things are off, you know what's going on, and there's ghosts.
Yeah.
And you're like, why are there ghosts? But they're not ghosts. It's just they hit a dimensional anomaly and they're kind of, phased out, right. A little bit. Like do that. Have us be like, oh, are these ghosts? Are these monsters? No, it's still in sci-fi.
And it would be appropriate because Star Trek has its roots. The original series, the bulk of the writers were pulp science fiction writers that wrote short stories that didn't always have happy endings, or where like half the crew dies or the captain dies. And those were adapted for Star Trek, and where the crew lives and the captain is a hero after every episode.
Yeah.
Which is why just naturally Captain Kirk has, throughout fiction has this episode being this bad, or this reputation of being a badass captain.
Yeah.
Because he keeps getting his crew out of these situations where in a normal short story, they'd die.
Yeah.
The ship would be gone.
Maybe that's what you and me should do. We should just write an anthology series of Star Trek. I see how cool.
Oh my God.
How cool would it be if there was an episode where these really, really badass like space pirates disable a starship and it seems like the entire time they're fighting these pirates, but then they get on board and it turns out they're bounty hunters and the captain has been lying about who he is and he's actually like a criminal or something.
What if a starship is somehow flung to the other side of the galaxy and they have to turn into space pirates in order to get... Oh, never mind. They already tried that and failed.
Just,
Sorry.
Did you hear that she's amphibian?
She's got gill. Those are some pretty serious gills.
Yeah, I'm just
probably put her back in the water.
This episode fulfilled so much erotic fan fiction for so many fans. I'm just saying, it's out there.
I wonder if Marina Sirtis goes to conventions and she gets asked about this episode.
I would only ask, it's like Was it weird to be in makeup when they're strapping the gills on? She's fine. She's got her pond. If you do it right, you only have to throw a couple goldfish in a month, and she's fine. Oh, an actual body. I forgot people die in this episode.
He's dead. Looks like the con exploded all over him.
Yeah.
Or nope, looks like Worf got to him.
Either that or they had a crazy party on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember when Voyager completely ripped off this plot when Tom Paris went warp 10 and started de-evolving?
No, it was the other direct. He started super evolving.
Oh, that's right.
Apparently, stating that the destiny of humanity is to
salamanders.
Evolve into salamanders.
Yeah, and then get the captain pregnant and have babies while you're salamanders.
Yeah.
I like how they just forget that.
That's what I hate. The other thing I hate about Voyager is that the whole episode where dinosaurs on Earth evolved into an advanced species, built rockets, and left, and then humans evolved. There's no evidence. Wouldn't we see fossilized rocket ships next to fossilized dinosaur bones? Again, just a dumb show. That I'm sorry.
I am a Voyager fan, but mainly because of just the characters. I don't know so much the stories in the episodes. I also love their future flashlights. They're just boxes. Yeah. They're actually worse to hold on to.
Than, I forget. There's one of these shows. They have they're just wrist mounted. You just point your fist at things, and
yeah,
I think that's on Deep Space Nine.
I think no, I think they're later in the series.
Is
too.
it? Okay. Oh yeah, Riker wants to eat the fish.
Riker wants fish. Doesn't look really that much different. I don't know.
You're going to need to see Mr. Mott. He was flipping off the kid. Yeah.
There's still a little bit of Riker left in there.
I think Jonathan Frakes really had a bad day of filming this episode. He's like, fuck you, direct 30th take, my ass.
Yeah, you hit a stick against something until he runs off.
Nope.
Right after Data said, I don't think he understands our language. He had to take it from stun to stun pretty good.
Yeah.
He just starts drooling.
Rest well and dream of large women.
He's a Neanderthal. Didn't we just watch a surprisingly great film that had Neanderthals in it?
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, two very talented gentlemen did a reaction/commentary track for that movie.
Two very talented gentlemen indeed do that. That reaction commentary is available now at YouTube/Ship on Fire. Just Google Ship on Fire.
Yeah.
You already found Snark Trek if you're listening to this. So just click on our channel name. And look for the commentary track.
And still search it out just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I mean, He's like, I understand. I totally understand. What?
Introns? Are you just making things up, Data?
They had a gaming system that rivaled Atari for a while?
Wasn't that the name of the corporation in Tron? Intron?
Maybe, yeah. Either that or it's a security system company in town here or something.
There it is again. Midichlorians? We're just making shit up, you know?
While Riker's asleep, he's like flicking him in the forehead, drawing stuff on his face.
Yes, Data has to totally resist the urge to dick face Commander Riker right now.
From what I hear, normal human behavior is to, when your friend is asleep, to do what they call dick face. And apparently good friends are willing to do what they call dick mouth, where you draw a penis pointing towards the mouth.
Yeah, didn't we discover that in that episode where we found out that all humanoid life was created by these two races? It was one race somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, snap.
Me? But no, I'm the captain.
But I'm awesome. I have 4 pins.
Data starts to de-evolve into a Casio calculator. No, he's like a little, he's a beady. What was that guy on Buck Rogers?
Oh, yeah. I always forget that robot's name. I imagine he would de-evolve into the desk robot from Rotor.
Oh, yeah.
Just flipping around going, reet, reet, reet.
Or the robot from Nintendo, the original Nintendo robot.
Yeah, you could shoot at him.
Yeah.
I liked him. Now, here's something I really don't understand. Now, again, like I said, I love this episode because it has a very classic sci-fi plot. It's cheesy and kind of stupid, but I love it. It's got a nice sci-fi plot. But they aren't like setting up anything. You know, in any sci-fi movie, when you realize that something's gone haywire, when you start talking about like, do we kill them or try to save them? You know, like, or you realize there's something wrong with the ship, like we have to get to engineering to reset the ship. Kind of like in Pandorum, you know, has a great plot with that. It's like they have to reset the core because the whole thing's about to blow up. And they maximum evolved into cat people.
She was barely pregnant. How did she? Oh, but that's right. Spot turned into an iguana, so she can't feed her kittens.
Why would she have turned into an iguana?
Oh, it's Jub. Which is, I don't know, it's a mammal, but why would it have any sort of trace of iguana or reptilian, even prehistoric? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's science fiction, whatever.
Yeah, but it seemed like that's just an equivalent evolution, not a de-evolution.
Yeah.
Because I feel like an iguana is just as far down the evolutionary chain as a house cat.
I feel like a cat, a feline is probably just as less evolved as...
No, iguanas are actually crazy highly evolved for their environment. They're like perfectly suited. You seen those Galapagos ones that like spit salt and shit out of their nose? They got the hookup. God, stop calling it the Entron virus. That sounds like something you get on your computer and McAfee can't take care of it.
McAfee.
I don't care. I call it McAfee.
Hey, John McAfee is crazy. If he ever catches you mispronouncing his name, he'll come after you.
McAfee.
Oh, yeah. Say that 5 times into a mirror and he's coming.
He's like Bloody Mary. He just shows up. And all he does is scream at you about mispronunciation.
We're talking over more science. I guess the kittens don't have the virus, so he's going to discover something in amniotic fluid to solve it or whatever.
See, because remember how in The Thing, John Carpenter wasn't like, let's get hung up on science.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening here. Also, inappropriate physical distance, Picard.
Yeah.
He's your friend, not your date. Part of the ship just blowed up. Spot, stay.
Mm-hmm.
Good kitty. Ah, yes, this is where we get Spider Guy.
Oh, yeah. Spider Barkley.
When I was a kid and he popped up onto the window like that,
it
freaked me out so much. I had bad dreams of not turning into a spider, but being attacked by spider people.
Yeah.
But they didn't look like Barkley. They were way more messed up. Barkley's kind of an innocent looking spider person. He's kind of like when you see a jumping spider, you're like, oh, hey, you're cute. Just start tapping on the glass with a stick.
I love how they're setting it's like a horror movie. They're setting up tension. Jump scare.
See? And it's an awesome sci-fi. Like, look at the body horror. Yeah. That's a great costume.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's so good. And it's stuck in this crappy episode. I want the story of this still in space, still a starship, still a random virus, de-evolving people, or maybe like have something where like a bunch of genetics got out through a virus, like the virus carries all this random genetics.
Just escaped the lab somehow?
Yes. But all of these elements, John Carpenter $10 million budget. I think he can make a great one for that. I know that's cheap nowadays, but I still think Carpenter's got it going. He knows what to do with a low budget.
I think John Carpenter died recently.
It's whatever.
I'm sorry
he can still
to be
do
so
it.
morbid. Like Spinal Tap, he's dead now.
Also, if you spray some Raid around, Barkley spiders, they usually leave. Oh, there she is.
Ursogawa's chimpanzee lady.
Her makeup with that, though, was great. That is a very convincing de-evolution.
Oh, he's not dead. Sorry, John Carpenter. I didn't kill you. Hope that doesn't jinx you. I'm pretty sure I was talking about Wilford Brimley recently.
Okay, so for any Boy Scouts out there, little known fact, this will help you in the wild. If a wharf charges you, you need to look as big as possible and be as loud as possible. Now, if a wharf forces you to run, then run, but it probably will catch you.
And sacrifice your slower friends first.
Yes. Oh, paper walls.
Right. It gets through the doors about as good as the Borg burst through doors.
Yeah. Do you think the Enterprise has wharf-proof trash cans? I also love in the back, you can see that they have Troy, but she just has her hands sticking out from under a thing, so they didn't have to do all the makeup.
Well, there's Riker's in the back there, but is that Troy?
Because the hands.
Shouldn't she be in water?
Maybe, but see her little frog hands?
Okay,
it's
yeah,
totally
I guess
Troy.
So. And there's just other random dead crewmen there, apparently.
Oh, wait, no, that's not Troy, because of the red hair. I wonder who that is.
It could be Crusher, and that's the effects of the wharf poison.
She got acid burnt.
Yeah.
He just...
And Picard's feeling the effects of being a tiny, frightened mammal.
Yep. Did you see Crusher? You could tell she had like a slight itch. Her hand was like...
Yeah. This makeup sucks.
Which is not what Klingons do. When Klingons truly love someone, they bite off a nipple. I'm just saying. Let's just face it. That's what Klingons do.
Oh, there's Troy.
She's got bubble neck. Ew. A frog and a beetle? What would that come out looking like?
Oh,
but not in beetle biology. Oh, sorry, microphone. Oh my God, everyone's gonna blow up our channel now. We had a microphone bump.
No, I think that's isolated enough. I'll just delete that, and no one will ever know what happened.
Aww,
flashy thing. Yep.
Ew, sebaceous gland. Wait, is that a toothbrush? That's not a hypo. If I remember correctly, doesn't Picard now wander around the ship going...
Something like that.
Basically, it's her scent plus a lot of really cheap Britney Spears perfume. Yeah, no joke, I love Worf's makeup in this part. This is seriously creepy beetle costume. And I have to give this episode respect because even though it's not very good in the long run, they really put in effort for the body horror and the changes. They really did try to give this a real view into this crazy change. What is that? Bacon? No, I smell bacon? Also, how powerful of a security guard would it be if you had a Klingon that turned into an armored beetle? That would be... I mean, that's the warrior race right there. It doesn't get any better. You could probably send one of those into battle and take out hundreds Klingons.
Kind of like Incredible Hulk. Like, don't make Worf angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
I have an army. We have a Worf.
Sun's getting real low in the sky, buddy.
Yeah, look at that.
He's got mandibles like Predator almost.
And to bring up Babylon 5 again, there's actually a really cool Babylon 5 episode where this guy comes in contact with this beetle-looking thing, but it kind of looks like a robot. And it starts transforming him into a half biological, half machine creature. It's actually pretty cool. I really like it because like one of his arms starts turning into like this gun thing, and he kind of starts looking gross. And their costuming was actually pretty good, considering that was never a very high budgeted show.
Yeah.
Just comes up with a thumbs up. Looking good.
It's a Windows 95 bar.
Clippy comes up. It looks like you're trying to make an antivirus. See, that's his fault. He didn't go to a Jeffrey's tube. He went to a Jonathan's tube. What? Really? Oh, that's true. Primate. I mean, you gotta get past 90% before she probably starts looking different. Humans, what's like humans to primates are like crazy close.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't hurt me. I'm a ferret. Cool costume, bro. And she's human again. That was very fast.
Do it now.
I just really want to go back to my nest. Take care of my pups. Or the old man, right? When you want to turn to an old man?
You want old Worf.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like everything's fine.
Except for the guy who's dead.
Well, the guy who got ripped to shreds. Yeah. The what now? Oh.
How he fixed the Uridelin flu.
No, it's Dr. Crusher's fault. Yeah.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is you're a horrific freak.
We were right about you this whole time, Barclay. You're an oddball.
Well, no, see, that's the weird thing. Everyone else de-evolved. You evolved, which means you're less than a spider. That's awful.
Yeah, I would not do that.
Yeah, don't Lou Gehrig's this guy.
Just call it Crusher syndrome.
Call it Barclayophage.
Your face is back to normal. That's good.
Dr. Crusher, I don't know how to ask this, but I may have laid eggs. Mm-hmm. What do I do? Dun, 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 dun.
So that's it. We're not gonna. Worf's not gonna have any sort of apology to anything. He probably killed that guy on the bridge. You know,
we're pretty sure. Well, if you like more body horror or vocal horror from the two of us, be sure to check out the rest of our Snark treks and commentary tracks on Ship on Fire Entertainment on YouTube, as well as hit us up on Facebook at Ship on Fire Entertainment. Also, check out our podcast, Nobody Asked for This, just another podcast about movies, on Google, iTunes, Anchor, and Spotify.